So I can't tell you just how precious these travel journals have been the last few years, the last 2 years of lockdown at any rate, the years of not being able to even plan a trip, and the trips that didn't happen. But these have been just so precious in that time, holding the memories, holding the experience, and being a touchstone for those experiences and those memories. I shot a little bonus video last week for my Travel Vignettes students of my armchair travel sketchbook from 2021, and I thought I haven't really done a video other than just flip throughs of my travel journal, so I thought I'd do a little pop-up show and tell. I have no idea what I'm going to say. I just have these precious books here, and so I thought we could just have a little look. And I want to start with this one here. This was the last trip. This was the trip to Norway, January 2020. Got that one in just in time. This is a trip that was in planning, I think, since I was 7 years old. And I was last in Norway. The visceral memories of that place that drew me back, and it was a very special trip. And it's a trip that nearly got cancelled because of the bushfires here, and we very much ummed and ahed about whether we should go. And in the end, I'm so grateful we went, because I'm not sure when we'll get to go again. So here is my travel journal from Norway. I've got some little bits, ephemera picked up. Just love this. Nordic lights. That's the key for our boat, the Hurtigruten we went on. Here's Norway. This map charts the journey. We started in Oslo, and I fell in love with this beautiful opera house. It was such a beautiful building. We were only in Oslo for about a day before we headed to Flam, which is down here, base of a fjord. And we were there again just for one night. It was a trip on the move. Usually we sort of settle in one spot, but this one was kind of like on the move. So we went from Oslo to Flam, and then Flam we went on the beautiful through the fjords on the boat. It was just magical. I wish I could put video. I had video of snow from the boat. And then we were in Bergen. Some beautiful exhibitions of Munch. Both of his photography. He was like one of the first artists doing selfies, like really beautiful selfies. And then his very expressive work. It was really wonderful exhibitions. There's a photo from the fjords. So beautiful. And there's our boat, the Hurtigruten Nord-Norge that we went on. Here I sort of chart our journey up to Tromsø. The view from our window, our cabin. A stop at Alesund. I really wanted to go to the Loften Islands, but the weather didn't let us go there. Loften Islands is one of the places we stayed when I was 7, and I really wanted to go back. So obviously that's going to have to wait until the global moment has subsided. And then crossing into the Arctic North. The wind blew my beanie off. I'd found a beanie that I really loved, and the ocean took it. The ocean and the wind. The Northern Lights. We got to Tromsø, and it was a snow dome. It was snowing when we got there. It was really magical. And we went on a Chasing Stars tour and got to see the Northern Lights. And we were lucky because apparently it was one of the best displays that the guides had ever seen. So we lucked out on our first night. And then we went and visited reindeers. Oh my gosh, that was so magical. I just love reindeers. Reindeers are so gorgeous. Look at them. Oh, see, look, these journals just are full of such memories in quite a tactile way. I mean, I experiment and there's little bits of ephemera and I try different things, but they just like, it holds so much of like this chair that I sat on looking out the window. This was the view out the window that I enjoyed from this chair with the blanket that my partner bought me as a birthday or Christmas present when we were on the boat. And this ceramics that I bought at a little art gallery that I was drinking my coffee, sitting in the chair looking at the view. And we were there for the return of the light, and the Norwegians have these special pastries that they make at this time. So there's some of the Northern Lights photo that I took, and an artist rendition. Oh. And the little story of these little aquavit samplers that we got at the duty free, and we were popped in our pockets when we went out in the cold snow. And so they've got little stories of where we tasted the different aquavit. Okay, that's Norway. Then I have these two from different trips. This one is the first one. This is the first trip to Paris with Mum several years ago for her 70th birthday. Very special time. So this journal has Paris in it, and lots of memories of the time there and the women and the apartment. These little paintings I would do at night when we were back in our apartment. The other women would play a game. What was it called? Skip-Bo or something. And so we would sit at the table at night talking about our day, drinking wine and chocolate, and they would play and I would paint from the day and take notes. And then also I would get up early in the morning and work on it. Mum and I would have coffee together while the others were still sleeping. That's the restaurant we went to for her birthday. And exhibitions that we saw. View from the cafe that pops up in the next journal as well. Picasso exhibition. Map of our walk. Luxembourg Gardens. These are some of the artists that we saw. Beautiful Red Dawn. I love his work. Beautiful work. Ode to Redon. And then I hopped over to London to visit a friend. That was our apartment, our French apartment with the table that we played at night and the light. Not to scale, as you will see here. It became a theme in this journal, not to scale, because my friend drew me these maps and she kept saying not to scale in case there was any question of that. The V&A. Red buses, not to scale again. My little teapot I bought in London. My friend's teapot, pastries we ate, galleries we visited, exhibitions. It was the Paddington year. There were little sculptures of Paddington all over London that year. Exhibition I went to. And her puppy, my friend's puppy. So there, that's London and Paris. And then Paris reappears in this one with Venice. Beautiful, beautiful Venice. Beautiful light of Venice. That's our hotel room with the wallpaper and the view out the windows. List of different places to eat that were recommended to us. A map, my map of Venice. things we saw at galleries and views. Oh, this pigeons, they're so fat in Venice. Beautiful, beautiful water. A view from the boats. Another view from the water. Actually, no, from the other side here. Oops. A little postcard bookmark picked up. And photos. And then we head to Paris. Another Picasso exhibition. This one, 1932. This exhibition was just this 1 year of Picasso's work. And it was just mammoth. The man was prolific. And it was really fascinating seeing him revisit the same thing. So I had a little play with one of them. Oh, the pastries. Oh. This is like visceral memories. Paris, sketching, playing with sketching and the beautiful tiles outside the boulangerie. Here is the cafe that was in the other journal, but this is a couple of years later. This is the view from my favorite cafe. It's not a painting of my cafe. This is the cafe. So I'm sitting here and this is the view. You can see this. César, fabulous exhibition at the Pompidou. And this was a wonderful exhibition as well of Corot, his portraits, which he's less well known from. And this is pattern from a building that I spotted on the way to that exhibition. Flooded. No bateau bus for us in this trip because it was just too flooded. But we had snow. Senlis. We went to Senlis for Valentine's Day, where Serafina was from, with her beautiful artwork. We saw that. Degas, an exhibition of Degas in both Paris and London. It must have been the anniversary of something. I can't remember. So little studies of Degas. It's my Parisian map. The different places that we went to. Yum! Oh, Van Dongen, I love his works. It was really great to see an exhibition of his. And to go here where there was Valadon, Susan Valadon's studio. Beautiful. Paris in snow. Just gorgeous. There's my mum in the snow. There's some more. I think I'm in London now. Some more Degas. Another different exhibition. Yeah, here we are in London. Map of London. Modigliani exhibition at the Tate. And there's the view from the Tate across to St. Paul's. And at the V&A, there was the Winnie the Pooh exhibition. It was really interesting to actually, you know, because we all have heard of A.A. Milne, but how many of us have heard of E.H. Shepard, who actually did the sketches, the drawings, which brought Winnie the Pooh to life? It was beautiful. My friend from uni I stayed with in London. We had high tea and so much yummies, so many good memories. And then the next time I went to Venice, I wanted to do something different because I had done Venice in this journal. So I did an ephemera journal like this, which pulls out. Very tactile. And Bali. We're there just for a week, so it's a little sweet journal. My office there in the jungle. Sculptures. all the beautiful patterns. The pattern was a theme for this one. Oh, the beautiful offerings that are put out. Here's my office, a photo of it as opposed to a drawing. Again, more pattern in all the beautiful flowers. There's my office. Shri Ganesh. The Saraswati temple with all the beautiful lotus. It was a royal wedding. The town was dressed for this royal wedding. There's Shri again. That's a sketch of a sculpture that I brought back with us. Beautiful Shri. Some offering papers. Pattern from Zimbatik. Whoops, missed a page. Oh, there's my map of Bali, or Ubud at least. The yummy food. There's Lakshmi. Oh, it was a sweet little trip, and the fabric is just yummy. This was my social distancing holiday. We had a houseboat. So there's some of the watercolors that I created from the houseboat. Oops. And oops, stuck together. Some expressive mark making. Because we could drive there, we could take more materials than when you travel on an aeroplane. So I took charcoals and pencils and big papers and stuff, which cut down here. And then there was the concertina journal, so it opens up like this with the boats and the birds, and just a different way of experiencing the trip. Oh, and this one here is New Orleans and New York. Gosh. Ephemera cover, photos and ephemera inside. Oh my gosh, the yummiest bagel ever from Russ and Daughters. So I had to put the menu in there. Yum. Visiting Tate, MoMA, the country, right? And we saw the wonderful Klimt exhibition there at the Guggenheim. It was wonderful to see it in the round rooms. And of course, when it came to Sydney, we were in lockdown, so I wouldn't have got to see it when it got here. Times Square, all the busy colours. These was like gigs that we went to, because my partner's a musician, so we went to a lot of gigs. Hopefully all these venues have survived. These beautiful patterns on the buildings. This is a wonderful gig we went to. Kenyon Harold. It was really cool. At Blue Note. And then another gig when my partner jumped up with Leonard at Groove, some of the yummy Mexican we had. This guy was funny. In an old shop in Soho, and the reflections on the light. And a gig in Harlem. It was very cool. And then we headed to New Orleans. This is a collage spread. Some of the graffiti in photos. Oh, this wonderful statue. and some of the places that we went to: Preservation Hall, Royal Street, Dookie Chasers, and Kermit's in Tremay. Very cool. And of course Pops Park. Little sketch of the statue there. There's Preservation Hall, writing on the back of postcards and popping those in. And then just like the music in the street. This was the first night we got there and they were all just playing in the street. It was very cool. And then these are some of the venues that we went to. We stayed on Frenchman Street. Spotted Cat was just across the road. Very cool. A sign from Spotted Cats. That was where we stayed, our Airbnb with Sylvia, above Snug Harbour. We could hear the music from the hallway. We saw this wonderful artist, Lucky Rose. Kathy Rose, her beautiful sculptures. Very cool. And a little pocket to put all the bits, all the many bits. Okay, that's a sneak peek into some of my travel journals. I hope it wasn't too indulgent, but I felt it. Hopefully there was some inspiration in there. But yeah, oh my, just like tactile memories that just like suck you back. You know, when we did have the fires at the end of 2019, the travel journals and my other art journals, like my sacred art journals, they go in the car with the photos of my children because they are just so precious. They just hold such memories. Okay,